Hi everyone, welcome to Confrontation Points Video Snark. This video series isn't an audiobook, it's designed as commentary. This series emphasizes reading and listening comprehension skills. My focus is on reading books, identifying areas that miss the mark, and suggesting ways that they could be reimagined. I'm continuing my read-through of Chromatic by Ashley Bustamante. If you haven't seen the earlier videos, you can find the links below. Chapter 37. An unknown amount of time later, somebody announces that Ivan will be coming in to collect all of the mentalist children, which, wow, I literally forgot that he existed. While everything's been going to hell in a handbasket in the barrier, Ivan has been doing Lord knows what. Yeah, I think he did mention something about getting the military prep, but at this point, I swear it's been a month. The timeline is a little unclear, but come on, you don't send people in like that, completely lose contact, and then continue to not come in. The group decides that they have to go support Ivan's rescue efforts, but Sammy then points out that they'd been attacked by children at the arena, so this has got to be a two-pronged attack. They split up into two groups, with Elm deciding to go to the arena. Since we're quickly running out of book, I'm anticipating that he'll find Eva now. When they get to the arena, Elm gives Kato the Elm detector he stolen earlier. Jace had explained to Elm that it actually detected yellow magic. At first, Elm's plan had been to basically have the others walk around and hope that the alarm went off when they got into close proximity to the children, but now Elm decides that he'll use the overly loud alarm to bring the others, including the children, to them. As they go inside, a random healer tries to run up to them, but then stops. She goes, "I didn't sign up for this, but good luck," which is simultaneously hilarious, but also kind of interesting. Under Celine, people were already starting to wake up and question things, but now that Jaden has taken over, the movement is basically hemorrhaging supporters. Although the outside of the stadium was in bad shape, it's even worse down in the arena. The doors open and Elm braces to be attacked by the kids again, except that things are completely different under Jaden's care. Before, they were kept and eagerly fought. Today, they're dirty, their clothes gross, and are completely eager to escape no matter what. Under Elm's orders, the others start to work to destroy a random wall so that they can get out quicker. Then the benefactors show up. Elm tries to reach for the colors on their uniform only to find that there aren't any more colors left at all. What's worse is that the rather peculiar way that they're all acting, like robots. Although they all have the anti-yellow devices implanted that prevents Elm from snapping them out of it, they continue on as if they themselves are lifeless zombies. The benefactors then start attacking the walls, trying to collapse them and trap our heroes and the children inside. Elm tells the children to pick up the pace. Outside, some of Ivan's helicopters are waiting to pick them up. Love my Snark? I also offer book editing services where I bring that same approach to your writing. If you'd prefer a more traditional approach, I also offer professional book editing services. You can contact me on any of my social media platforms if you have further questions about my editing services, including pricing options. Chapter 38. Hey, we're finally back to Ava again. I told you that there was no way that the author was going to kill off her darling. Anyway, this is kind of an odd chapter. It seems that Ava has basically ascended to a whole other plane of existence, which is kind of one of those, sure, why the fuck not moments. My problem is that she starts talking with the sentient core of the magic of Magus, and it's not so much that I disapprove of the idea of the land itself being sentient. My problem is that there has never once been any mention or build up to the idea that it is sentient. Yes, half of the plot of this book has revolved around the idea that something is insanely wrong in the land, but there has not been a single whisper of thought that the land itself is sentient and sick. Up until this point, I was working on some sort of assumption that the power being force-fed into the land was causing the magic to go bad. That the long exposure to all this bad magic was creating a negative feedback loop until the magic simply started to die. However, I can't say that what I said isn't true because I kind of get the feeling that the author herself never put that much thought into it, which is always frustrating. Instead of all of that, we get a weird out-of-body experience chapter. It's art! Anyway, the magic tells Ava what it is that she must do. She pulls on the thread that connects her to Elm and asks him to borrow his shaper magic for a moment. Then, with all three magics temporarily, instead of her, she's able to cast some white magic, which I guess kind of heals everything. But it doesn't heal the hate that's been placed inside of people's hearts. The magic encourages Ava to go back to fight the good fight and to help heal things on an external level. If you're interested in reading my own stories, you can purchase my spicy short stories as well as 2 full-length novels on Amazon. I also frequently run flash sales on my stories. If you're not already following me on Reddit, I recommend doing so to stay updated on when I offer free content. Reddit is currently the only place where I'm advertising myself these days. Chapter 39. Ava wakes up in the forest. Elm is there, but he's so certain that this is simply him being tortured. When she assures him that she's quite real, they kiss. He then exclaims over her appearance. She's literally glowing and is wearing a shimmering dress. It's giving the dress King Triton put Ariel into at the end of The Little Mermaid. Ava says that it's temporary. But when he asks what happened, she finds that it's difficult to explain quickly and says that she borrowed his power to destroy the barrier and that it was only step one. At this point, Eva begins to examine the magic threads that she can now sense. She grabs M's hands and returns its shape of power to him. He's surprised that it was her who had taken it, having sensed that it might have been her. That if he had given it up, at least it was to her, but that he's grateful to have that part of himself back now. Then their friends realize that Eva is back. Happy reunion all around, yada yada yada. Eva is pleased that she realized that the stones are regaining their colors too. But then, because of course he showed up, there's Jaden. However, Eva is still connected to the source of magic, so even without Elm-inspired power, she's able to cast a white magic shield spell to stop him. Jaden tries to run off, but Eva gives chase when she realizes that he's heading towards the helicopters full of the children Elm had barely rescued. She stops him again and tells him that it's over. But Jaden is hardly going to go down without a fight. He orders that his men attack everybody not wearing a benefactor uniform, but this only prompts Elm to put everybody into benefactor uniforms of their own, except that all of the mentalists are wearing yellow, as is only right that they should. Elm taunts Jaden about the color, since he knows that it'll get under Jaden's skin. They fight, but things seem to take a turn when Eva realizes that her parents are there and that they're being tortured. Patreon has recently introduced free memberships. By joining, you'll be able to enjoy the same content I post on Tumblr, now conveniently available on Patreon. Patreon supporters can enjoy even more books starting at only $1 a month. Plus, Patreon now offers a 1-week free trial. Don't miss it. Big shout out to Phoebe for supporting me on Patreon already. Also, huge thanks to Josh and Mark for making a one-time donation. If you want to hear your name in my video next week, either support me on Patreon or make a one-time donation. Chapter 40. Eva rushes over to her parents, but Jaden mocks her with the fact that she can either lower her shield or heal her father, that she can't do both. He also mocks with the idea that he implanted something into her parents that's preventing their magic from working as it should. Elm shows up and promises Eva that he'll take care of Jaden. This leaves Eva to heal her injured father. Things then take a decidedly bad turn when the mutants Celine created come out. Which I'd like to say, these people have not been mentioned once since the initial encounter in the woods. Eva reaches out with her new Mary Sue powers and instantly heals all of them, which, whoa there, author, can we not do this? This is a little too much. Communicating with the sentient core of magic is one thing, but instantly snapping your fingers and righting every wrong Celine did is comically awful writing, for no reason at all. At this point, more helicopters show up. Jaden realizes that this is the end of the line and draws out the serum used to transform people into the mutants. Elm says that Jaden still has the anti-yellow device implanted in him, so Eva decides that she has got to draw Jaden away from the others before he kills them all. She leads him through the forest, but is stopped when she gets to a canyon created by a recent earthquake. There, she's forced to turn and fight him. But simply because Elm wasn't able to control Jaden doesn't mean that he's simply out of options. He uses his magic to control the nearby animals and forces them to corner Jaden and almost push him off the edge. Right before he falls, Eva uses her Mary Sue powers to transform him back. While they're literally holding him so that he won't fall to his death, they offer him a chance at redemption. But Jaden metaphorically spits into their face and chooses death instead, to the surprise of nobody. But it's probably for the best, honestly. Thanks for watching. New Book Snark videos go live every Monday with occasional extras during the week. Your support means so much, even if it's not financial. Watching my videos, subscribing, and liking and sharing them with friends all go a long way in helping my channel grow. If you've already caught up with all of my videos, you can go to Facebook, WordPress, Tumblr, or free on Patreon for my main Book Snarks, always free and updated every morning. A link tree for everything is posted below. See you next week, guys!